What's up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Gigi Maguire.
I'm Jordy Jor.
Oh, and I'm Tifa, Tifa, straight out of Kingston, Jamaica.
Okay. I don't get it wrong. Well, first of all, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And cheers to you. I know you came in with a slight headache,
Cheers.
but the tequila will clear this right up. And I do want to shout out, they're not sponsoring us or nothing, but Antil Tequila, because it's a Black woman-owned brand.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a coconut lime that we're doing, and it has a little hint of pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's good.
Yeah, so
good.
shout out to her. We love that.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, let's talk about you, man. First, I've been following your career, your music. Like, you've done some classic songs.
Thank you.
You know, I'm also a fan of, like, early on Dexter Daps and you. And just seeing where you are today, you have a song out right now that some people are saying is, quote, controversial.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see an issue with it.
Right.
Me either.
You know what? This is why I'm in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
It literally is just the voice of women right now.
Mm-hmm.
As literally in the Uber speaking with somebody, and she's literally like talking about what I'm talking about in the song.
I want a man.
Exactly. Like, I think a lot of us, especially us independent women, we just want somebody to match up to. You know what I mean? We just want somebody to love us and care for us and protect us like, you know, the men that God said is supposed to do it. And I was saying to her that I grew up in a household where my stepdad, my dad, they were the men of the household. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I can't settle for rubbish.
Right.
It makes absolutely no sense. I saw my stepfather, my father, be the father figure and be the man of the house. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's weird. It's like a lot of these men are in their soft girl era.
Yeah.
I say they want to be bad bitches. That's what I always say. They
Right.
want to
They
really
wanna
be
be
bad
wined and
bitches.
dined.
Yes.
Exactly. Like, it is so sad. And a lot of women are opting to be single because they just don't want to deal with it.
Right.
We have become the men that we want to marry. We have become the men that we want to date. We have become the men that are hustling. It's the women now that are hustling. They said 65% of people that are buying homes now are single women.
Wow.
First of all, I love the fact that you're throwing statistics out here to back it up. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
You know when she pulling out these
slightly
statistics.
a nerd. No, I'm slightly a little nerd,
I like
but
it.
it's like it's a real thing. Like, I went down a rabbit hole. I kid you not, ladies. I went down a rabbit hole in writing this song the particular week then when the song was written. I sent a bunch of beats. For some reason, I picked this one. Usually, you know, it would be like the dancehall, more
Right.
kind of vibe. And I kid you not, for the entire week when I sent that beat, every single girlfriend that I had was complaining about their situationship, their relationship. Dirty man! You know what I mean? You can't bother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody was complaining.
Yeah.
And then that was the same week when the Diddy trial had started. And it was amazing to see the dynamic between the men responses in the comments as opposed to the women responses. And the women saying, oh, she's a victim. And the men saying, oh, she wanted it.
Right.
She could have left. You know what I mean? And then...
That's interesting, that, and the
Exactly.
timing of this. And I saw, since we have this segment called From the Feed, we'll jump right into it. You posted what somebody commented. That's why a lot of y'all females going to be old, single, and miserable. Texting, calling first is not a man thing. If you're interested in each other and trying to get to know each other, anyone can text first. Texting, calling is not chasing. Female keep other females single with them fuckery standards and rules. Now, tell me, because you said, do you agree with this perspective? I want to know what your thoughts are about that, because you posted it and somebody left that comment.
I posted it because he left it on another post.
Okay.
And I was in the middle about it because I was just like, it shouldn't be a male or a female thing. You know what I mean? Texting or calling shouldn't be a male or a female thing. Like, we're not kids. So if we like each other, like, we should just want to talk to each other all the time. And not only that, but if we're taking it a step farther back, the same man, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, he had to text or call or speak or ask for your grandmother's hand in marriage. So what are you saying? You know what I mean? What are you really saying?
You know, that's interesting. I was watching this movie, right? It's called Together with Dave Franco and Alison Brie, his wife. And they did a movie together. It's a horror movie. But in the movie, it's something I never thought about. She proposed to him in front of their friends, and it was a disaster. Like, he was mortified. It just didn't go well. Everybody was looking like, what is going on right here? I was telling them, I was like, I used to always think like, all right, you know, I'm a very like liberal woman, but I also could see why even a man should be like, ooh, I don't want that.
Yeah.
You know, but some men want to be proposed to nowadays, I feel like.
They do, but I mean, some traditions I feel must be left as tradition.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, some traditions I feel must just be left as tradition. I understand that we're liberal. I understand that, we live in a world now where there are no lines, basically. But I feel like, certain things, like even that's, what I mean? There's certain things that you want as a woman. There's certain things that make you feel.
Well, let's be specific.
Yeah.
Let's be
Feminine.
specific. Jordy Jor, start. What are some traditions that you like?
So, a lot of people have issues about gender roles. For me, I feel like there's some gender roles that I want to apply to my relationship because that's my preference, right? So do I feel like the man needs to be chivalrous and opening doors and taking care of certain things? I really do.
Yeah.
We know I don't want to pay for any dates. I went on a date and went shopping recently and I paid for an Uber.
Okay.
And he was like, why are you even doing that? And I was like, I need that.
I feel good.
I need that type of energy that's going to let me feel, like you said, safe, but feminine. I read this article recently it was from a man, which I was impressed by. And he was saying how whoever's the baby in the relationship makes the other person obviously baby them. So if a man is acting like a child, that puts us in a mother situation instead of the other way around when we're supposed to be the ones protected.
So we want a daddy. So what do you think your role as a woman, since we're talking about the man's role, for you, what is your role as a woman then?
I mean, I think all relationships should be based on an understanding of friendship. I think that's very important to me. I think providing that support, a lending ear. I'm not a housewife, but I'll make sure some things are in order, but I'm definitely still going to maintain my independence at all times. But I think it's just providing a safe space to be vulnerable in. I feel like men don't have that a lot.
Okay, so that. What about you, G? What do you think? On both ends, the man and the woman.
Yeah, I'm really probably one of the only ways of me being traditional might be with gender roles, because I really feel like there's certain things when it comes to the relationship, the household, the marriage that the men should do and the women should do. Like, for instance, cooking, cleaning, household chores. I think that women should be responsible for laundry, men should be responsible for trash. Just like keeping like things like that simple.
I do that at home.
Yeah.
Only because my man be messing my laundry up.
Yeah, they don't really know what to do.
I don't even want him touching my stuff.
They don't really know what to do when it comes to that. And I'm not trying to pick up no heavy, stinky trash.
Right.
And have to deal with that. So, and then when it comes to like, of course, I agree with Jordan. I don't want to pay for no dates or trips.
Nothing.
In the words of our friend Alex, I'll pay for breakfast and birthdays. That's probably about it. But when it comes to like, with this article with this text message was saying with texting first and calling first and all of that, I definitely feel like it should be like a reciprocal thing, not a who should do it first. It should be, if I want to hear from you, then I'm gonna reach out and tell you. If I miss you, I'm gonna reach out and tell you. If I want to check on you, how was your day, how you feeling, I'm gonna reach out and tell you. It shouldn't be oh, you didn't text me, so I'm not gonna text you type of thing. Like, I think that's very childish.
But for you, Tifa, what would you say are the things that you're like, these are the norms that I actually like today, that I want to keep applying to myself?
Well, it would be a merger between these two. But as I said, I grew up in a household where like I saw my mom like do the mommy things, like get up, make breakfast, you know what I mean, take care of us. I saw my dad, my stepdad be like, here's the money, like go spend, go, take care of the kids. But I also saw them like, okay, I know you've been tired. I know you went to PTA. I know you've been doing this. Okay, let me take the school route this morning. You know what I mean? Because in anything you need, as you said, reciprocity and balance. You know what I mean? So not only because I'm macho means, okay, here's some money.
Yeah.
But where I can step in, I'll step in. And same thing with my mom, where she could step in where the business was concerned. She stepped in also. So I think it's just a matter of balance and reciprocity.
Yeah.
It's interesting because for me, I feel like I've always been used to like paying for things. And so, but I realized that like my man hates it. I always am like quick to be like, oh, pull out my card and everything. So sometimes I do have to step back and let that happen. I also don't like when guys walk on the inside. It don't even have to be my man. Like, just any guy, if he's walking down the block with you, I don't know why that matters to me, but I do feel like it's weird when I'm walking on the outside and the guy's not like, hold on, get on the inside.
Yeah, that's a form of protection.
Agreed.
A very subtle, but form of protection. Yeah.
Agreed.
I just know because guys are going to be listening like, well, what do y'all have to do for us? You know what I'm saying? And I know guys think about that too.
Because we're there. I just want us to stop denying that we're there.
Yeah,
that's
we are there for you. We are there to listen.
I also think that in a relationship, sometimes my man is my assistant and sometimes I'm his assistant, depending on what's going on.
Balance.
Because there's definitely times when I know that like I'm very conscious of the fact that I do a lot of stuff and I know that it could be sometimes hard. So I try to make sure that there's times that I step back and I could be like, what do you need help with? Because I do feel like a lot of times I'm always like running around, come with me here, do this with me. Can you help me with this? Can you do me a favor and do this? I need to also sometimes be like, well, what can I do for you? You know? So now I got to ask you this because you were engaged last year, but now it seems that you're single.
I am single.
What the fuck happened?
You know what? Not everybody can deal with the public. Not everybody can deal with social media. He was cool with it at first, but you know when the blogs pick it up and people start eating you up, you know what I mean? I'm used to it because I've been dealing with it for years. But
he
was offended by some things, and then exes started to pop up. People were upset because
his exes are yours.
Well, mine too, but the issues really started with them, like they wanted to comment certain things under my page, like, oh, you're not his type. Or people were upset because he knelt for me, he didn't kneel for them. Like it was just a whole bunch of, and I was just like, let me cut my losses. Like I see where this is going, and great guy, we're still cool and everything, but I just don't think that he was ready to be with somebody like me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a strong personality. And
it is.
But I thought, two entertainers, y'all has, music together.
Yeah, I mean, he does music, but he's not as far along.
That's why people were like, is he trying to get on?
Exactly. So you know what I mean? And he wasn't really, you know what I mean? He has a career of his own in finance. He's very decorated in the military, you know what I mean? And he was just not ready for the real
everything that came along with.
And it came hitting all at once. You know what I mean? And it was just a lot for him. Yeah. They're already suffering with PTSD. You know what I mean? In terms of like being in the military, like doing so.
Oh, that's something to think about
exactly. So you know what I mean? It just got to a point where before you glitch, let me just let's just call a spade a spade. We're still cool, but it's not. Yeah, I was saddened by it. He's saddened by it, but
you never know though. This was already a spin the block situation.
It was. I'm a Sagittarius, so you know what I mean. It's time. Like you know what I mean. Like it has gotten to the point now where all right, let's just nip it in the bud and keep it moving. Yeah.
Well, at least you're still able to be
cordial. Yeah. Because who else is cordial with their exes?
The last time I saw my ex, I just didn't speak to them.
You are?
Yeah.
Listen, for some them guys though, they be wanting to lock you down.
Yes. Yes, it's about art. It's about controlling me because I am, as much as I'm a girl, I'm one of the guys. So most of my close friends are guys. You know what I mean? Like my best friends are like guys.
Right.
So it's about. So I kind of operate like a guy even though I'm a girl.
I feel that
exactly. So it's always been about okay. Then how do we lock her down? How do I tame her?
Yeah.
But
we can't be tamed.
I've yet to be tamed. Like,
has there ever been an issue in your relationships with your significant other feeling a way that you have so many male friends? Because you know how they say that platonic
or collaborators.
Yes. Like I've been asked before.
How have you navigated through that?
I've been asked before, why do you have so many, like, they took my phone, searched my phone. Why do you have so many men in your phone?
Sheesh.
Like I've been asked about that
It's
before.
a male-dominated field that you're in, though.
Exactly. I've had people...
You can't be successful doing what you do without working with men. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth.
Yeah. I've had one guy be like, okay, I'm going to do this. He was a prominent like businessman. He's like, I'm going to do this. And when I do this and make this money, you're going to take this money and leave the industry. I don't want you in
Gigi
the industry.
did it. I did. Gigi did it.
I don't want you in the industry. You know what I mean? But
and would you be okay with that?
If it was, again, reciprocity, if it was being reciprocated, like you can't expect to lock me down like furniture, but then you outside.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it has to be some reciprocity. Like, you can't be living like you're 16 and then you just want me to be in the house like a figurine.
Yeah.
Or like a statue. Like, no. So that fizzled.
There was a period of time when it did feel like you were ready to walk away, right? And not do this anymore. So you would have been okay with saying, okay.
On my terms.
Yeah, on your terms.
Yeah, on my terms. But like, I wasn't about to leave the industry for no man. Like, you know what I mean? Especially now where even in friendships, people are just fickle. People are so fickle. You never know. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you can promise me the world today, and I'm the princess today, and you're queen today, and then tomorrow it's about somebody else. Like, I wasn't about to walk away from my dream for no
Right.
man. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Yeah.
I just was making sure this is still your dream. Because
No, it
sometimes
is.
it's something that you're great at and you're used to and you're doing, but
All right. Some people hate the pandemic, but I sometimes I miss it because I moved to America right when, the whole industry thing was going on with me. And I was just like, let me take a step back a little bit. And I moved to Florida. And then the pandemic happened after that. And
Florida was kind of open.
Yeah.
yeah, Florida was open.
Florida was wide
Yeah,
open.
Florida was open.
I feel like Florida
Like
was
when
the most
just-
place that
like
was
when
open.
Atlanta started,
before
like
Atlanta, yeah.
like I moved to a place where it's like a little cowboy city. Like I literally can drive 2 blocks, turn left, buy hay. You know what I mean? Like
Bye, hey.
yeah, it's horses, and most people have horses in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't about Tifa.
Right.
Or it was about Latifah, Miss Brown. Like
Right.
I could be a regular person, and I think moving and just beginning to love myself again. And then the pandemic happened, and then everybody was in the house buying stuff on Amazon.
Yes.
So I got like a home studio. Like I literally was in the house recording and writing, and like I literally fell in love with the process again, because it's never the music that's the problem, it's the people.
Right.
So I literally fell in love with the actual music again. And
Right.
it's like, what are you doing? And then it became that, as you said, Florida was open. People were doing shows. And an agent, she linked me. She was like, so and so are doing shows. And aren't you doing shows? And I'm like, people want to see me? Like, you know what I mean? Because I was so hurt. I thought like nobody wanted to see me.
Oh my God, no way.
No, it was horrible. It was like,
Why did you
because
think
it was
that?
like Operation Takedown Tifa. Like, you have to remember, when I started doing this music thing, dancehall artists didn't look like me.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was probably like maybe Cecile, maybe a Tammy Chin. I had an uptown address, or what you guys would call the suburbs. Typically, like if you rap, if you're a DJ, you would come from the trenches. Like even though I came from the trenches, like my grandmother had like the biggest restaurant downtown. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a typical. Then the barter with my parents was, if you want to do this music thing, you have to go to college. So I had a degree. So I was a dancehall artist with a degree. I wasn't the typical.
Right.
But you know how many people
Person.
relate to that too.
Right.
Because
No.
yeah. Okay.
Now, but not when she first
back
started.
then, no, like, and then they wanted you to dress a particular way, speak a particular way, sing about particular things, and I was just like, listen,
That's
if
not
I'm
me.
gonna do this, I'm gonna sing about life. You know what I mean? Because irrespective, I'm Jamaican, of course, but life is much more than lad, ray, whoa, cock up. You know what I mean?
That was good though.
Life is much more. You know what I mean? So I wanted to do things, and a lot of persons weren't keen to that. Like, she's trying to change the culture. She's trying to change and then again, I could speak. And I was educated. So then corporate Jamaica began to take over the sphere of what dancehall and reggae music was. And they're like, we want this girl. So then I ended up getting a bunch of endorsements. A lot of people didn't understand it. Why her?
Yeah.
Why are you going to put a handicapped light-skinned girl on a billboard? You know what I mean? With the situation with my bone disease and my legs. But they didn't understand that it was a plus for me and a plus for them, because you could put me in a school to administer to teens and girls, and then you could also put me in the dance hall to do the same lad, Ray, Woy,
Yeah.
and it connected. A lot of people never understood that and never
That it
really
was a full circle
exactly.
moment.
So it was just like public enemy number one.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I was just, at that point, I was just so tired.
You're
At
like,
this
I'm
point,
tired
they're
of this shit.
She's sitting on a corporate empire. We want this now. Okay, we see what she can do. And it was literally Operation Takedown Tifa. And I was just like, oh my God, like, I can understand you want, other people to come in the space, or, you know what I mean? But don't play my legacy. Don't play the work that I've done. Don't play the barriers that I've broken. And I was just so hurt.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So in the beginning for you, when you first, started and really like people caught on to you, that was a better time period for you though, because it was it just about
It's you know what? It's crazy. It was better. You got the discouragement because people told me you should write. You're a good writer. You should write. You don't fit the typical description of what a dancehall artist is. And then remember, my parents sent me to school. My stepfather is the person that broke Lady Saw. He's Diamond Rush Records. Like, he's the person that brought Lady Star to the world.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
legacy, that is...
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
And I did not piggyback on that because I was supposed to be a psychologist. I was supposed to go to college.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I had to do it. I had to prove myself on my own. But then I started to figure things out. You know what I mean? I started to like apply the hustle. Like, people don't even understand when I got my first endorsement, it wasn't even like on the premise of being Tifa the artist. They paid me as a model. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to have billboards in all of Jamaica. I'm going to have all of these radio ads I can't pay for. I'm going to have all of these newspaper ads I can't pay for. Like, I literally just use that to pimp the game, promote my song. You know what I mean? And then to get my big break.
Right.
Most people were like, nah, that's a big company. Like, they should be paying you. And I'm like, yo, you don't understand the value of taking a little bit less to get
So
a
that
lot
you,
more in
so
the
you
long
can get
run.
everything
You know what I mean?
else that you needed.
So they didn't understand the business again, because you know what I mean? They like
Everything's not just about money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit better, and then social media wasn't about. Like, it was about, but it wasn't like we had Facebook, we had, it wasn't like now where if you drop your cup, it's on Shade Room. You know what I mean?
Let me not drop my cup.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wake up.
You know what I mean? So like, it was a little bit different, and I like the fact that like I broke like going to the parties at night, washing the one shirt, with one promo shirt, sleeping in the day, and going to another party that, like, you know, Jamaica party 7 days a week. You know what I mean? So it was somewhat a little bit easier, somewhat.
Okay.
And then Suku at the time, from Ward 21, if you're familiar with Suku. Suku at the time from Ward 21, because at the time we had a juggling culture. So you'd have like 8 people on the same rhythm, the same beat.
Yep.
And if you weren't exceptional, or you weren't like a Lady Star or Tanya Stevens, you wouldn't hear yourself on the beat. So Suku came up with this idea that, okay, let me do an all-female juggling rhythm called Them Girls Sitting. And that's literally how I got my start. Like myself, Timberly with Bubble Like Soup, that's still viral up to today. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Angel, a whole bunch of us that were on it. That's how we really got our start. It's a little bit easier now with social media because you can go viral.
Yeah, I feel like dancehall and is really having a time right now more than ever.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've always loved dancehall, and there's people that have, for a period of time, said that they only like the old school stuff, you know, and the classic dancehall songs from back in like the 90s. But I feel like now, seeing everybody selling out shows, going on tour.
Yeah, it's big.
You know, even the fact that people are mad about this song.
It's a double-edged sword because when you really think about it, Vybz Kartel has come back into the space. Buju has come back into the space. That's from the 90s. Beanie and Bunty have gotten back their visas. That's from the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So though, I mean, I love a lot of the younger acts that are coming up, but a lot of them broke in the pandemic. So they didn't really get to
tour and
you know,
and
perform
BC.
in front of real people. Like, they broke on live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they have a lot of learning to do in terms of performing as opposed to the Beanie, the Bunty, the Buju that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They
They know
came
they've
through
been
the
doing
rite
it.
of passage. So that's helping it. And now people realize and they're doing better songs where people like Russian that hit over his old rhythm. You know what I mean? And started back the juggling culture last year. So I think a combination of all of those factors are helping to push the genre right now.
right. Now, listen, I got to ask you, because I know you're the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, God.
And I know you said, listen, being single is not necessarily your choice. You would much rather not.
No, I don't mind it. But
you don't mind it,
yeah,
but it's
I
not...
do. Yeah, of course, everybody wants to be loved and touched. Toys can do so much.
So are you dating?
I kinda. Kinda.
What are you looking for? If you had to say, like, you know, these are the qualities, and we're going to go around the room when we talk about I want a man. All right. I want us to all list what we want when we say I want a man. So you think about it, and don't just say what you said in a song.
No. I'm going to tell you for real.
Okay.
Good hygiene is the first
Good
thing.
hygiene.
Good
Because
hygiene.
they're
Perfect.
like
Floss. We need you to floss. I don't need no food.
I need your nails to be clean.
Yes, clean
Because
nails.
I'm a very like sensual, sexual, touchy
No
feeling.
black toenails.
Exactly.
Ooh,
and there are
God,
people
no.
that don't bathe. You remember
There
there's
are
this whole
people that
conversation
don't
that we're like, oh, I don't bathe for a week. Like, I needed to have good hygiene.
Okay.
I like somebody that can make me laugh.
Okay.
I love a comedian. I love somebody that, doesn't take, things too seriously and, that can laugh and joke about stuff. But I also like an educated man. So we can laugh about the tequila, but at the same time, we can talk about world issues.
Right.
And we can plan,
We can laugh
our
at Donald
empire.
Trump.
Exactly.
You know what?
You know what I mean? We can laugh about other things other than your red bottoms or how many bottles you bought. You know what I mean? I like somebody that is money savvy and ambitious. I like a man that can dress.
What about looks?
I don't have a type.
Okay.
I don't have a type per se. I just talk to who I like. None of my exes are the same. I don't have a type.
What about bedroom? And
I am very sex prejudice, if that's a thing.
what does that mean?
Sex prejudice.
It means
That sounds like a song in itself.
yeah, that you did. I am very sexually prejudiced. Like if I'm not about to stay with you because you have money, but the sex is terrible. Like,
Ooh, okay.
The sex has to be good.
All right.
Like the sex, like has to be like I just want that one person to be freaking nasty with, but it has to be good. Like I have to be comfortable. Like I'm not gonna compromise on the sex at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's all these rumors about Jamaican men, and we've already
they don't
dispelled
do.
that. Yeah. Is that important to you?
Head?
Yeah.
It's 2025. Like who's not going on?
The
People?
fact
You'd
that
be
people still try to act like they don't do that is
Exactly.
crazy
No, they
to
don't.
me.
And you know what's crazy? You will talk to other women
guess-
and they will tell you,
Yeah.
oh, the best head I got was from a Jamaican
Yeah.
man.
You said that before.
Yeah, that made the first head I got was from Jamaica.
Exactly. And they will say, oh, don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
And the best head you get is from a Jamaican man. Like, come on.
crazy.
2025.
But
But
it's so
yeah.
crazy
The
that
fact
they're
that
the
somebody
only
say don't tell
group
nobody.
of
Right.
men that feel like they just can't.
Because
Well, them and DJ
it's our
Khaled.
culture, though.
I
You know
know.
what I mean?
What about for women, right? And not bowing down and all of that. Like, was that something that you felt like you couldn't do?
No.
Like, don't tell nobody.
No, I mean, that's why I say and this is why I'm very selective about even my partners when it comes. I'm not one of those women that like run into your sexual lives because I want to get to know you. Like, you know what I mean? I have to check your fingers. I have to ask you certain
Respect.
questions. You know what I mean?
You gotta do
I
the
want to
inspection.
ask you certain questions like what turns you on. Like, you know what I mean? I want to know that we're equally yoked sexual wise. If I'm gonna share this body with you, like. I think people just take sex. I don't know. I'm more like I want to know what turns you on, what makes you tick, and if we don't align, it doesn't make any sense.
Gotta be
Well,
You know
what
what I
turns
mean?
you? What turns you on?
It can be the simplest thing.
Okay.
Like if I'm attracted to you, it can't just be the way you smile at me. I just want to take your clothes off you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If I'm attracted to you, like you literally don't have to do nothing. Like we're
Breathe,
just,
and I'm
exactly,
like,
just breathe, and I'm gonna be like, all right.
So that's a real thing. The chemistry when you first
Yeah.
meet somebody,
Absolutely.
somebody could be very attractive, but there could be no chemistry,
And then it sucks.
somebody could be not traditionally attractive, and you could be like, this is it.
Yeah, like I'm all for like I just think that life is too short to waste it on bad sex.
I feel
agree.
that. But how long does that research process last for you?
I mean, it depends, like, because you can literally just have the conversation like a couple days, a week, 2 weeks. It just depends on how open, how open that person is. Because some people, like, they're freaks, but, you know, they take a time to come out of them.
You gotta pull it out of them.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And you find that the quiet ones, usually the quiet ones,
Yeah.
that take a while to come out of their shell, they're the freakiest ones. Like,
Right.
they're, like, you're like, what? So you had that in you? Like, you know
All
what
this
I mean?
time. You made me wait.
Well, let me ask you this: have you ever like thought something was going to be good? What's a bad experience to you? Because we're talking about like the sex has to be right, and sometimes you can't tell until you actually do it, and then you're like,
I usually know how to pick them, but like,
what tips you off?
But once when like when I was just starting, you know, you're young, when I was just starting, it was yeah. But other than that, like I'm Jamaican, we're gonna go out, I'm gonna rub up on you, I'm gonna see what you're working with, I'm gonna see how your waist move. I want you to you understand, I want to kiss, I want you to touch, like I'm gonna put myself in. Like, I'm the type of person that rub a boob on you just to see how you react.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So usually...
But them boobs is going hit.
Right. Okay.
He's looking at me like, lift. But usually I know how to pick them. Like, I had like earlier on, like when I just started this journey, like I had like one bad experience. Like,
What made it bad? I want to hear it.
it was very quick.
Oh.
He can't get a second chance because sometimes they be nervous,
It was very
excited.
quick, and it was the stabbing, and it wasn't the nut caressing.
It was daggering.
Yeah, there you go. And it was just not good at all.
Jordan, what's your worst sex experience?
It's the jackrabbiting.
Exactly.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate the rabbit movement. It's just like childish to me.
Right.
And it makes me
know.
feel weird.
Followed by the loud grunt. Loud, like, yeah.
And you just kind of be laying there like, what the fuck?
Literally.
Have you ever rolled your eyes during sex? Like, what?
I'm pretty sure I have.
Yeah. Gigi, what's your worst experience?
Probably the time that I never even got to feel the penis because he orgasmed before I, like, one lick. And it was just like, okay.
Did you feel like, though, maybe powerful in that moment?
I did, but, I mean, I was attempting to do it. So it's just like, you let me down in that moment, and we never did it.
He couldn't even go again? Because I feel like if a guy nuts
I was
fast...
over it after that.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I pulled it out and attempted to, like, give him head, and I, like, licked from the bottom up, and he just, like, came on my hand, and I was just like...
Oh, wow.
Did he apologize?
Come true, goodie.
He did, but the apology wasn't enough for him to get a round two. So I will probably say that was the worst because it never happened. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to
I
hear
want
that.
Jordan to open this bottle.
Oh, yeah, pop this bottle because we got to celebrate. You know what I mean? You know, we got to celebrate. First of all, I'm not mad at you, Tifa, doing a song that made people mad. I think that's good. That's a positive thing.
But
It
you
starts
didn't
to
even
come-
try to, like, make the people mad. They just got mad, right?
They're mad.
Did you
because they know it's
anticipate
true.
that? Did you anticipate that?
I know some people were gonna like have like, you know, like I was gonna have some backlash, you know, in terms of standing up for women, especially like now in Jamaica it's 75% paternity fraud.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah, so they've been
Get
giving
the
men
fuck outta
kids
here.
that like Maury show would be having like a blast in Jamaica right now.
Yay.
At least
Okay.
somebody came.
Blessings.
Did it. That's what happened to Gigi.
Right.
Exactly. Do we have
Yeah,
another?
there's been like
That's wild.
yeah, like crazy.
Sheesh.
So they're like, at least men don't give jackets. At least we don't give the wrong kids to the wrong men. You know what I mean? So like I've been having that rebuttal, like
Wow.
yeah,
all right, let's go. So I got to ask you. So how many times have you been engaged?
like 3.5.
3.5.
3.5.
Right.
I wasn't sure if it happened. Like you know, it happened, but you wasn't sure if it was a proposal or it was a promise or it was a.
But it wasn't
In the
real.
moment.
Yeah,
So
in the
it's 4.
moment.
So that counts.
Yeah, so 4 times.
Yeah.
All right, so the first time you were engaged, how old were you?
I was pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
Like 23.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
So what happened with that?
It fizzled. He was strange.
She's like,
Did you feel
tequila,
obligated to say
champagne.
yes? Were you caught off guard?
I think that's what it is. I think I don't want people to feel bad. That's why I always say yes.
Yeah, especially if it's in front of people.
Yeah, I've been coming to terms with that. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. But with that guy in particular, he just became very obsessive, and he tattooed my name on his thing.
What?
Yeah.
Slow down.
Ouch. I done got some tattoos. I actually had a tattoo
Yeah.
there too, but for a guy to do it,
It became obsessive. It
different.
became like weird and obsessive. And
Here's the
everything.
good pussy. 'Cause
Okay.
let me tell you something. This man done got your name tattooed on his thing.
Yeah.
Your full name, Latifah, or just Tifa?
My initials, man.
Okay, I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
say I wanted because if it was a full name, that's big.
Like at the top or where?
Like up the
At
shaft?
the shaft, yeah.
That's painful. And who did that tattoo?
Right.
Well,
It has to look different when it's hard
Soft
and when
and-
it's not,
yeah.
right?
That's what I was thinking.
Because when
he
it's
was a different character. He was fun.
that sounds
Wow.
really. Yeah.
I think what it is. I think
and he can take some pain.
Let me tell
Clearly.
you. I think because, as I said, there's a process in the beginning, and we're getting to know each other, and we're getting to know the kinks, and the conversation is nice, and then we end up. It's like we almost end up falling immediately because
Yeah.
of the conversation and our interests, and you know what I mean. And then the sex happens because clearly we are aligned sexually, and then the sex is great, and then it becomes a thing. You know what I mean? I think that's what always happens.
I can't believe he did that. I'm just thinking about how painful that could be. And then also like the scab. And then like we said, when it's limp, was he a shower or a grower?
Did you know he was gonna do it? Did he
No.
surprise you with it? Did he just pull it out one day like, look, baby, look what I did?
Did you feel like that was love?
It scared me.
Yeah.
It scared me a little. And
I'm
then
scared.
it was long distance because he was from here, and I was living in Jamaica at the time.
Okay.
It was weird. I don't know. It was weird. It kind of I was just like,
I'm scared for you.
Yeah.
Was he like a fully tattooed man though?
yeah, he's got
Okay.
tats. Like,
Okay.
he's got tats.
He's
yeah.
like, there's only space
That's
left.
probably still there.
He probably
how you
still
get that
there.
I would
removed?
not know. I probably saw him maybe 10 years ago. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
Well, how did y'all break up and why?
Why did we break? Another woman, I think it was, because of course men are greedy and they want.
How you gonna have another woman with my name tattooed on your dick? That's crazy. Imagine you were with a guy and you went to go suck it and you saw someone else's name. I don't know.
I don't even think I would have seen it.
They do it like men are strange.
You know,
Yeah.
before anything, you're supposed to, with the
Like,
lights on,
literally
do an
inspect.
inspection.
The same way men do the touch and smell on the little test, you got to do that. Let me
You
see
gotta
what's
do an
going
But
on.
I'm like,
inspection.
I don't
You
know
gotta
that I
do
would
a
have put it
once
together
over of
that
it
those
real
are
quick.
that's a tattoo. I just don't think my mind would have gone there until this moment. Now I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I've heard a tattoo on the inside of the lip,
yeah.
but
You put it there, but then he's a strange
the
one.
peen is crazy.
Wow. Let me ask, have you ever dated a white guy?
I want to.
Because I'm going to tell you this. So, Jordan, you helped one of my friends get on a dating app.
Yes.
And she said a lot of white guys have been hitting her up, and she's never dated a white guy.
I want to. I never have, and I want to.
Yeah.
Why do you want to?
Some of
I
them
don't know. I just think I'm. Again, I'm a Sagittarius, and I'd love to try different things. I just want the experience.
I've had some great experiences with the white guys.
Yeah.
I've never dated a white guy.
They were all older though. I never had like a same age or younger than me.
She
white
said there's
guy.
a lot of older white guys trying to
Yeah.
talk to her. I
Yeah,
said
that
maybe
makes
that's your
sense.
calling.
Maybe she should try.
I've had friends that have
She should give
dated
it a
them
chance.
also. Like, you know what I mean? Well, mine did, they went on, what's it called? SugarDaddies.com?
Sugar daddies. That's different though.
That's the actual thing.
I know, I know.
It used to
But
be
I'm just
something back in the
saying,
day.
Yeah,
now
back in the
it's
day,
all
no, it's kind of weird. But
flooded
like,
with riffraff.
they treat women like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I want to try it. I've never tried it. I've dated Chinese.
You have? How was
that?
that?
You
Was
know
he
what's-
Jamaican?
Was it
You know
Jamaican
what's odd? He was
Chinese?
Jamaican Chinese, but you know what's
Okay.
odd? They always say that Asian people have the smallest dicks, but he has had the biggest one thus far.
Well, shout out to us.
What?
Yes.
Wow. I'm
Well, you know
surprised
I
to
want to
hear
have
that.
an Asian
That's
husband.
crazy. Listen, 'cause you know I'm half
Little
Chinese.
Blasian babies.
Yep. So
Little
that's
Angela's
good
running
'cause
around.
I've never been with a Chinese guy, and I've always felt like bad for us because I know people say that. So so I'm glad to hear.
No, he was actually the biggest one. Thus far, he's been the biggest one.
I
thus
can't
far.
believe you dated a
Wow.
Chinese
Yeah.
guy. Well, I guess there's a lot of Chinese people
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica,
too.
yeah.
in Jamaica. That's so
That's
funny.
one thing I was surprised
What's his
to
name,
see.
Mr. Chin?
When I was
No.
not from Texas.
Lee, Ali, I think Lee. Ali.
See, it's always
Lee,
something. Listen,
yeah.
I'm so tired of this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I want to. Like, I want to experience. Most people are like, oh, I don't want to date outside my culture because then I have to explain what is kalaloo, what is plantain, and I'm like,
Well, he was Chinese Jamaican though.
So
You
yeah,
know,
but yeah,
there's
don't
white
care.
people. You could date a white Jamaican.
of course, but I don't care. Like, I just want the experience of
Something
something different.
Yeah.
I can't believe that was the biggest. Let me ask you this: have you ever had somebody that was too big that you
Yes.
couldn't? Wow. So what happened?
So he had to wear a ring.
Like a cock ring?
Yeah, he had to wear a ring, so all of it couldn't go inside it because if all of it like went inside it, it would like destroy us. He had to wear a ring
Not
at
the
a
stopper.
point. Like yeah. He had to have like a stopper.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
I don't
I've
think
never
I've
heard of
ever-
such a thing.
exactly.
So
He
he
did
just came-
mostly like fellatio. So he was the one that put me onto the fact that like when you have strawberries, the
The taste.
not even the taste, but the sensation is greater because of the seeds.
The seeds.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
yeah,
makes
so
sense.
he's like kind of
Texture.
verse when it comes on to fellatio.
Did you try? Did you feel like I want to try to put the whole thing in, or was it painful?
Because when I started, I was like,
What do you
what
want
do
to
you
do
do?
with
But
that?
then we spoke about it and he told me like, the doctor gave him the ring.
The
that-
doctor gave him the
Prescription
stopper.
ring.
What in the
so
doctor
all
stopper?
of it, because it's like huge.
Was
So all
it
of it.
was it exciting for you, like to look
I'm a
at that?
Sagittarius, so
Yeah.
like of course I'm gonna be intrigued. I want to see it. I want, you know what I mean?
Did you attempt to perform fellatio?
Yeah.
But you couldn't do. You
Well,
could only do the
I
top.
couldn't.
Just the head.
It never. It wasn't. It wasn't it.
It's probably not all this
That's a
cracked
lot.
up to be for a guy because he can never get like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Deep
like the
throated, he
full-
can't-
the full
yeah.
He can't get the full
sensation of it
experience
all,
if
yeah.
he only could use part of it.
He
Right.
had to like have like, because I wanted to see it. Like, so you have to wear a ring. He's like, yeah, you have to wear a ring because if all of it goes inside you, like it's over for you. You know
Just
what
to
I mean?
destroy your
Yeah,
inside.
it's
What
destroying
in the
inside, so
kill
he had
my
to-
insides is going on? Do you know that there's a surgery where men can get a penis reduction?
I know about the enlargement, but not the reduction.
So I recently learned this. I think like yesterday. So there's she's been going viral on Instagram. She's from Houston and she's very loud and proud about her
Having both.
Having both. Yeah. And scrolling yesterday, I kind of went down a deep dive of her because I was intrigued by her saying that she's about to have a penis reduction, and her reason for it, because she not physically shows, but through the pants and through the print, we can see that it's actually really large.
Okay.
And that she got like big tits and a big dick, and there's a vagina up underneath where the balls would be.
Wow.
And she says that she's been more in touch with her feminine side, and that she's dressing more feminine, but then a brush of air will come by, and now she's like, you know,
shit. Right.
and she's like, so she is in the process of about to have surgery to get it and not removed,
right,
but
but
just
just
reduced because it's just too big. Can you imagine?
Wow.
No.
It
Because I'm just
feel
like,
like the best
he's
of both
traveling
worlds.
around with this ring at all times just in case, or he just has it at home, or...
Well, when she's intrigued by the ring,
I'm
when
so
I was
intrigued.
dating him,
She's
like
like-
he always had it
penetration
on,
ring.
like
Oh, just
when
walking around.
when he was around me.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know if he took it off. Like when we didn't live together, if when when he went home or, but yeah,
Wow.
Have you ever lived with anyone?
no,
You made a face like, I don't know.
Like, ugh.
no.
That's a hard thing.
Again, I'm a Sagittarius, so I want to feel like I'm in a relationship, but I also want space. Is that weird?
No.
You travel a lot though.
So you will get your
So
space.
you're gonna have space regardless. Can you see yourself with somebody else in the business? I mean, you've done it before, but is that what you think you would prefer?
No.
Especially after having an experience, right?
You know,
And trying to
I
see.
don't like you think about just being with an ordinary man and getting cheated on like with an ordinary man. That cheated on with an entertainer is is a complete, like, you're getting worldwide. We love to call it bun. You're getting a worldwide bun. I don't have time for like a worldwide, like it's too much. Like,
Yeah.
and then you have your friends that are in the industry. You know you every now and again you have to lie for them. You know what I mean? Like, you know what goes on. Like, I just don't.
I'm
want
so
to
good
be,
at lying for people.
Yeah. Like,
I'm
you know
so
what goes
good at
on,
it.
and like I just don't want to be. I just don't want it. Like, life is stressful as it is,
Yes.
and the less stress, the better. Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about you have this song with Noah Poa in the video, Wicked Girl. Wait, why are you laughing?
No, none. Wicked girl.
What was that for?
No. I choked on it.
But you know, the way you started off is kind of like, it seems like you're very direct when it comes to talking to men and just being like, I'm sorry. You know,
Not sorry.
I just don't love you.
You know what it is? I think life is just much easier when you tell the truth.
Yes.
And I mean,
Is
I
that
don't know.
wicked though?
They see it as wicked. You know what I mean? And like, oh, this shit, like, can you believe she said this?
It's
But
the
I'm
truth.
telling you, like, right now, I know this is not going to work out.
Yeah.
Let's just call it a day. You know what I mean? Why prolong it?
Communication is very important.
You know what's weird? As much as I'm a sexual person and I love sex, I've never cheated.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
You know
That's
what I mean?
good.
I'd rather to just, like, if I feel like I want to cheat on you, I break up with you. Like,
What's the longest relationship you've been in?
like 3 years, 3 going 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've never, like, you know what I mean? I've never seen the reason to be taking 2 penises at once. That's just me. That's just my preference. I'm not judging anybody else because I have friends that are very liberal. You know what I mean? And that's their thing. And
I don't know that cheating's a liberal thing. I
Right.
think it's
But
you being honest. Is,
But even
I
if
just
you're
can't
dating
do it.
and currently sleeping with multiple men, you know, that's not technically cheating.
yeah, it's not
But
technical.
that
But
is being.
I personally, I guess because I have a spiritual side also, I personally I just don't. As I said, I just want that one person, and I'll be like, okay, let's go down this rabbit hole together.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I feel like it's not working, or if I feel like I'd rather just end it now. Like, let's just call it a
But
day.
what about sometimes you got to ride through the bad times? Because there's always going to be times that it feels like it's not working for a moment. I would think.
You know
right?
what it is?
Like, how do you know it's not a glitch? And
You know
we
what?
gotta,
I think I was traumatized by probably a relationship or 2, myself, and probably even other relationships that I've seen from like aunts and other persons where, you know, oh, ride or die, and you know, they're taught to stick it out. They're taught, you know, it's about the family and till death do us part, and then you're getting cheated on, you're getting beaten, you're getting, you know what I mean? And I just knew that And especially when I had my first heartbreak, I knew that I never wanted to feel that way again. And I knew that I never wanted that for myself. And I think that's why, even though I have not had a child yet, because I knew certain things I didn't want to feel or go through.
What was your first heartbreak?
My first heartbreak, I think my first real heartbreak was I was with a guy, and it's the first and only time I had gotten pregnant. And most people would lose, like, a kid. I lost twins. And it was just a very traumatic experience for me. Like, I had, one was ectopic, the other one was in the stomach. And then when the ectopic one, they got rid of that one, this one developed a heartbeat. But by the time this one developed a heartbeat, it was just weird, like I couldn't. And he thought that I didn't want to because of my career. And, he was just being selfish. And he was very angry at me because, he didn't want to have my kids. And I'm like, bro, I literally almost died.
Right.
You know what I mean? Only to find out that somebody else was pregnant for him. And I think because of that, it has made me somewhat of a runner. It's like the first sign of, because I know, like, losing my twins, like, I slept with my mom for 3 months and I was like a woman. You know what I mean? I just know that I never wanted to go through that again. And I think that's why I am the way I am. And it's like, when I see something now, because I was sticking it out with him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he had his flaws. He was, he was nice, but he had his flaws and whatever. And I was just like, to know that I invested my time and my energy and my efforts, and then this happened, and then I had to go through it alone with my mom.
Another
Right,
baby.
because he should have been even more there for
I
you
would
when something like
never,
that happens.
And then I had to watch y'all, like, have the biggest baby
shower.
shower.
Oh my God, I can't
You know
even
what I mean?
imagine.
I just never wanted to go through something like that.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And even, you see your aunts, you see, your older cousins go through things. I just knew I never wanted that for myself again. And I just knew that nobody was ever going to make me feel that
Like
way
that.
ever again.
Wow, so that's something that happened that's affected you to this day, really.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't ever lived with nobody. You're quick to walk away if you feel like
I'll
it's not
spend
going
the
to work
night, I'll
out.
spend a week. Like, but no, like,
I'm going to leave a toothbrush, but I ain't staying long.
you know what I mean? Like,
I'm sorry that happened, though. That's awful. That's
It's happening,
traumatic.
it is, but it happens, and a lot of women go through
Yeah,
this.
they do.
You know what I mean? And I just knew for
But you
myself.
would want, and for anybody listening, you would want somebody to be there for you when something like that is happening.
Of course.
Yeah.
And he literally, like, it was at the time when my career was taking off. He literally thought that I was just telling him this because I didn't want to have his kids, and I just wanted to focus on my career.
First of all, ectopic pregnancy is very serious. It can be deadly. You can lose a lot of blood. It can rupture. It's so many. I've been through it twice. So there's so many things that can happen with that. And it's actually very painful.
It is. Listen, when I walked into that doctor's office and she told me, like, climb up on the thing, she's like, if you had waited a day later, you'd have probably been dead.
Same.
Because it was growing, like, I didn't even know I was.
It ruptures.
I didn't think I was. Like, I
And
didn't
thank
know I
God
was
you went to the
pregnant.
doctor, too, because imagine you wouldn't have went to get your checkup.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It
I
would
have
have
a very
ruptured.
invasive mom.
You would have internally.
I love her today, but she's very invasive. And I was living with her at the time, and she's like, I don't see any pads in the trash. Like, what's happening?
Oh, not her.
And twins, you going to be big, too, like early.
Yeah, I was sweating, but I was just thinking, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just a very traumatic experience, and I think your therapy, you guys are therapy, because I've rarely talked about this openly. I think that's why I am the way I am now. Like, I never want nobody to make me feel that way again.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I sympathize with that. And I do want to say, though, that I always have to look at it like this. Like, any relationship or anything you do is going to be a risk. Like, it could be the best thing if you take a chance, and it could be the worst thing if you take a chance. But the worst thing is to not take a chance.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
He has
And-
apologized, though, since.
Yeah. Oh,
that's nice.
well, that's
Yeah, he reached out and he apologized. Like, I was being, selfish. I was being. So, yeah.
Right.
yeah. Because don't you think that, like, and I think it's like a shame to never experience, like, giving something your all just because we're scared. Because I think it's scary,
Yeah.
but
Fear does hold us
sometimes,
back from a lot.
sometimes being scared is fun.
Yes, and as
The
I
best
say,
things
yes
in our
and no.
career and in our relationships, like, can happen when you just like, fuck it. The worst thing is it don't work.
I think, well, I'm like, this is the first time opening up about this. I think, like, probably 2 nights ago, I sat with a lot of things. I was looking through a lot of old pictures, and I was like, you know what? I think I probably need some therapy. Because so I was born with a bone disease. It's called Blount's disease. It's 1 in every 16 million that has
Very
this
rare.
disease. Yeah. When my mom was like 6 months pregnant, a scorpion stung her in the navel where the umbilical cord was.
Oh, wow.
So it poisoned her, poisoned me. affects teeth, affects feet, affects. I've had 3 months like surgeries, but like growing up like that, I wasn't like I didn't experience being different till I came out of the house. And when I came out of the house, it was a lot of teasing. It was a lot of like I've had people like spit at my car because I was wearing a skirt, and how dare you wear a skirt, and you walk like that. So it's a lot of traumatic things that have happened, and what I mean, I've had to fight. I've had to just brush a lot of it to the side. And I think that's why I've probably lasted so long in the industries, because I've dealt with
what it is to fight.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I think for me personally, it's a lot of things that I need therapy with. But then when that happened, that was just the end of it for me. Like that just put the cherry on top of the cake for me. Like every woman wants to, be pregnant, and be pregnant for the man that they love. And like I did love him at the time, you know what I mean? And then, as I said, most women would lose a child. I lost two one at once. You know what I mean? It was just like, I was just like, after everything I'm gonna go through, like I know I never wanted to feel that way. And and that was when I got my big break, to tell you the truth, because I literally just channeled everything into being Tifa and the brand. And you know what I mean? Like, if you come and you want to date me, fine. But if you're giving me too much headache, like, bye.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
close it down.
Exactly. So I think personally, and I can admit this openly today, I need therapy. But
Right. Well, really, you're a superhero.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
Because when we survive all of those things and
It makes us
overcome
strong.
all those obstacles,
Thank you.
and the fact that you have been as successful as you have, and people don't even know this story. And I'm gonna be honest, you telling us this today makes I Want a Man even more powerful, because it explains why it is that you feel like you need somebody that can take care of you, that can hold you down, that can stand up so you could be soft and you can express yourself and be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I do think that you even telling us this, and we appreciate you for sharing that. It also makes that song really resonate even more.
Thank you.
In ways that maybe even when you did it, you probably didn't even think
Didn't
of.
realize. Yeah,
So
that's dope.
we appreciate that. And another song that it makes resonate more is Outside Wet, Inside Warm. You know what I'm
Shit.
No, but honestly, I do appreciate that, because I know that, and even
you.
saying that you would like to do therapy,
Yeah.
I think that's a positive thing.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I feel like if there's ways that we can support and help you in that, because we do have BetterHelp as a sponsor, and maybe there's ways you can even start off online, and then sometimes it's a process of like
Gradually.
finding who works for you, but even just being able to talk. I mean, I love that we had this conversation today, because
Same
honestly,
here.
you've been doing this for decades, and that's nothing that we take lightly. And I feel like
you.
I've never heard this before.
Yeah, she
Thank
said it's her
you.
first time really being open about it. So
Yeah.
again, we do
Thank you.
appreciate you for sharing
Thank
that with
you.
us.
And you're gonna
Lip
be at
service is
Angela
a
Yee
safe
Day.
space,
period.
y'all.
I'm sure what's somebody.
Well, is there anything else that you want to make sure that we know about? Because I know, like you said, you've had a lot of ups and downs. Listen, you've been engaged, broke it up. Now we've known about a lot more of things that you've
About why?
gone through. But
Not necessarily. I mean, just typical things that you'd go through in the industry. You know what I mean? You know, this is.
I've had a tough time too.
Exactly. Especially when you have a brain,
Yeah.
and especially when it's hard to take advantage of you. So I have to commend you also. You know what I mean? Because it is not easy
Right.
at all. It's again because it's easy to put people in positions when they don't have a brain, when it's easy to manipulate them, when it's easy to make more money off them because they don't have a brain. You know what I mean? So, mind you, we could have been farther than where we are, but we just have to give thanks for where we are, because we still touch and reach and make an impact after so long. You know what I mean?
I love that you say, because my other show, Way Up with Angela Yee, I called it that because I said I'm way up from where I first started, but I'm still on my way
On
up.
the way. Yeah.
But we just have to give thanks, because at the end of the day, a lot of persons that started with us are not here. Somebody was reminding me, I posted an old picture in my stories. They're like, yo, do you realize that from the 2010s, you are literally the only person that is still doing this?
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I can attest to, for especially in this dance hall, reggae field, how hard it is for women, like more than, just
it is.
what you've had to go through. I can't even imagine.
It is. So, I mean, we're just grateful to still be here. We're going to have ups, we're going to have downs, but they've created a beast at this point, because, you know what I mean? They've like, you traumatized me and I'm still here.
Right.
Like I've learned to live with the trauma. I've laughed at some of the trauma.
Push
Like,
through.
I like some of the trauma now. You know what I mean?
It feeds me.
So it's like, you literally built somebody for war right now. So it's like, okay, you're blocking this. All right, this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
Okay, you're stopping this. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm not going to be at this event. Okay, so I'm going to create my own event. You know what I
Right.
mean? You've been in this long enough where you kind of know how to maneuver and make things.
yeah.
You know, it could be easier, but at the same time, like now you have all of the tools where you're
You can
like,
push
okay,
through.
I can handle this. Let me just plan A, plan B, plan C. And
Make it
still,
happen.
have the same impact. You know what I mean? So I can't even complain because I know now that I am going to be, or I have been an asset to somebody else.
Right.
An asset to other women coming up, even men coming up too. You know what I mean? Like, I have so much to share in terms of my knowledge of music, in terms of my knowledge of the business, in terms of the knowledge of, and I can afford opportunities to others that maybe I can't, but I can give it to somebody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? So just to be here now, it's 15 years,
Yeah.
and singing "I Want a Man" and to be relevant and to be here.
'Cause people
not everybody,
care.
not everybody gets to come and lip service coach.
No, they don't.
You know what I mean? So just to be here is just, you know what I mean, is a blessing, and to see how people like love you after so long. Because trust me, people, especially in our culture, in American culture in Jamaica, we have somewhat of a pedophile culture. It's about who's young, who's hot, like, oh, we ain't checking for that person no more.
Right.
Like, yeah, they're over there. This. And to just still have an impact and be relevant, and for people still to want to have the conversation with you and hear your music is just a blessing. So I'm just living it up right now.
Well, good. We
Yes.
love that. You've touched us today
Yes,
in many
absolutely.
ways.
Thanks.
So we appreciate you for that.
Thanks.
Is there and listen, for everybody who's listening right now, make sure y'all listen to I Want a Man. We want you to tell us what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? If you want a man. And for guys too, we care about what you want.
Of
When
course, and you know what? Let me say
somebody
this.
gonna do a response song today.
I want them to. I want them to
Somebody
answer
to do a
because
response.
I have the rebuttal already. I want them to answer.
Oh, yes. Come
But-
on, part two.
She's ready.
But I just want to say this: big up and much love to all of the good men out there,
Yes.
because there are good men out there.
We don't hate
There
y'all.
are. We don't hate you guys. There are good fathers out there. You know what I mean? And this song has nothing to go on about your business. Live your happy lives with your happy wives. This is not about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're not even available. It's not
Exactly.
about you.
This is about
Sit
like,
this one out.
and it's funny because we could sit and talk here for days in
Yes,
terms of
we
the
can.
conversation around the song. Because when you really think about it, I heard you say, you're so independent, and why is this? Because a lot of us grew up with moms that had 2 and 3 jobs, and we had no choice but to be independent. We had no choice but to take care of our younger siblings, but to wash, cook, and clean. And then the boys, our brothers, would be in the house, and all they had to do was take out the trash, and then
Oh, yeah, my
would
brother
go,
chilling.
Yeah, they would go play video games,
games.
or play ball outside. And a lot of the men were babied.
My mom still worked 2 jobs. I be telling her like, chill out, and I think she's so used to it from growing. She just won't stop.
But you pick
7
even though
days
you're
a week.
telling her no, you have like 6 or 7, Angela.
Yeah, I do have a few jobs.
You know what I mean?
You
So
right.
Where do you think you get it from?
Exactly.
Right. I know I get it from my mama.
We had no choice but to become these
Yes.
independent women. And a lot of us, because we have our money, because we have our assets, because we have our things, like we're just deciding, okay, I don't want to put up with this. Like I can literally go and buy a sex machine.
Yeah.
It can't hug me, but it does the same thing. You know what I mean?
Well, now I don't know if it does the same.
I've never
Well,
tried
creates
it.
an orgasm.
I've been wanting to try
Yeah,
it. I've
we
never
can,
tried
yeah.
it. But you know what
You
I
don't
mean?
even need a machine. You could just use your fingers.
But a lot of women have just been opting to not be bothered with
Yes.
this type of
That's
behavior.
a shame, though. That's a shame.
They've just in opting, and a lot of men know because they were babied. Like they want you to be their mom. Like I have no problem being, your baby or babying you, but as a woman, like I'm not gonna do the same things
That your mama did.
your mommy do, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody that where if you have an argument, the first person, mom, she said this.
Oh hell no.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like. I miss my dad's era, my stepdad's era, when men were actually men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like the same thing you said, you just want to feel safe.
Exactly. You just want to feel like he don't have to have as much money as you, but as long as you know what I mean, you come home and you're like, baby, you work so hard. Me run your bath water, or let me rub your feet, or I made dinner,
Dinner's
or
ready.
I got you a gift cert. Like go get a money pedi. Like he doesn't necessarily have to have. Like if you make $1 million, him don't have to make $3 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just the thought that counts and how it make you feel as a woman.
Or even if he's like reminding you of things you need to do, like, hey, just don't forget you have to do X, Y, and Z today.
Exactly. Baby, remember this.
Or a random like, I love you text.
Thank you.
Yeah. Things like that. It goes a long way.
They do.
Thank you.
I can't wait. We coming to the wedding. When whoever this lucky man ends up being.
When I find him, I want
whoever
to.
this white man is.
I want to. And it's funny because the same way that you saw me, she asked me, like, I told her today, like, as much as I have, like, brothers and sisters and stepbrothers, I'm my mom's only child. So I feel guilty because I haven't given her a grandchild.
Right.
So I want to have, if it's even a child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Just one.
Well, no matter what, there's ways it's going to happen. So whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But you're already a gift to her. So I know she's so proud of you. So we appreciate you.
Thank you. Same here.
Thank you. And we're going to see you Angela Yee Day, August 23rd.
Listen,
Oh, cannot
people,
wait.
this is not the Tifa you're going to get. Angela Yee Day. We're going to come talk the things I represent for the woman. We're going to Lord, Ray, whoa, yes. It's going to be
I know that's right.
And for those who don't know, Angela Yee Day is a time.
It is a time.
Every
We're going to be
year.
outside.
Yes.
You know who else is performing, right? Just so you know.
I think so. I don't want to say the wrong thing, so tell me.
Egyptian is going to be there. So
Jesus please. Whoa, yo. Oh, time bad.
all right, that's all I'm going to give y'all right now. You know, keep on listening. August 23rd. It's free. And it's a family day. So come out and have some fun and hang out with us.
And I heard it's earlier this year.
It's earlier this year. It's part of Planet Brooklyn at the Barclays. So Planet Brooklyn is a 2-day festival. It's the first time they're doing this at the Barclays. So it's basically a festival that's like blocks and blocks and blocks long. And Angela Yee Day is the community part of it. It's a free event. We're going to have haircuts, hair braiding, free backpacks, free everything, you know, for families, for kids to come out because it's right before back to school. It's a week before the West Indian American Day Parade, which we love. We outside, y'all. And I appreciate you because I was so excited.
I'm going to take my virginity. Oh my God, I'm excited about this.
That's right. Let's get your virginity.
All types of cherries popping around here.
It's lip service.